I'm Big Rick Stewart. Welcome to the podcast for the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. It's a radio show that I do every Saturday at KVYN 99.3 FM, 99.3 The Vine in Napa Valley. You can stream from 993thevine.com. You can search for KVYN on TuneIn. You'll hear fun music and great information, including 10 at 10, a Beatles brunch at noon, songs from my days at Live 105, KFOG, KFOX, new songs, and more. And you'll hear great information like this. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. Surfrider does so many cool things. The Surfrider Foundation says that they believe that everyone should have access to clean water to surf, swim, and play in. And this is a report from Cron 4 News. Surfrider goes on to say that one Bay Area beach that's a hot spot for surfing, Lindamar Beach, that's in Pacifica, they had high levels of bacteria in more than 50% of the water samples that Surfrider had tested. Lindamar Beach is in Pacifica, famous for sunsets and surfing, but also for a Taco Bell that is right there on the beach. It's a pretty cool place. I guess now they're famous for other things. The report states that in the city of Pacifica, Lindamar Beach, a very popular surf break at the mouth of the consistently polluted San Pedro Creek, they had 54% of their samples collected that failed to meet the state health standards in 2023. At San Luis Creek mouth in San Luis Obispo, California, they had 35%, also high on the list. But guess what? The winner, or I guess you could say loser, is Imperial Beach in San Diego, California. They got a perfect score. Yeah, 100% of their samples failed to meet California public health standards. Ugh. The Blue Water Task Force is the website where you can get more information. bwtf.surfrider.org. bwtf.surfrider.org. And now you know. Hey, it's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. That is a good Taco Bell, though. It's 99.3 The Vine. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. There are people who go to the DMV with like gigantic folders full of like paperwork and signed things and documents and documentation and previous owners and stuff like that. Guess what? You know someone just like that. Me. Man, you walk up to the person at the DMV and you've got this giant folder and they look at you with these sad eyes like, oh my God, what is this? All right, well, listen up now. California drivers don't need to visit the DMV for some of these services that people like me have had to deal with before. I saw this at KTLA, but it's kind of all over. In its efforts to move more services online, the California DMV is stopping in-office services for several things. Not only should you not do this, actually you can't do this, and this is all starting on Monday, on the 3rd. So if you're headed to the DMV and you're thinking that you're going to do some of these, you're going to have to go do this online. Okay, so it includes vehicle registration renewal that is not past the due date, driver's license renewal that does not require an in-person visit, requests for copies of vehicle registration records which show ownership history. Oh, I've done that one before. Request for copies of driver's license records which show a driver's history. I mean, that's a big deal if you're going to drive for a service or, limo or a bus driver service or whatever, or really anything in that world. Or replacing a lost or stolen driver's license or identification card. I've done that one as well. The DMV has now said they will no longer process these transactions in offices, citing the ease with which they could be done by other means like online and make the line shorter at the office for other people like me that have this crazy complicated folder full of paperwork. All right, so now you know. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack at 99.3 The Vine. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. You out there grilling? Were you grilling on the 3-day weekend? All right, that's good. Here are some grilling tips for you. Maybe some things you've heard about or urban legends or, whatever. They call these viral hacks now. They're not called urban legends anymore. And I saw this at People Magazine. So are these true or not? Like, do they work or what's the deal here? How about cleaning your grill with an onion? What? There's all kinds of gizmos, right? There's like hydro-powered steam brush cleaner things, and there's all kinds of stuff. But what if you just take an onion and you cut it in half? Does that work? It does work. I actually do this myself. Although I didn't know this tip, you can actually salt the onion and let it sit for about 10 minutes because that draws out more of that onion juice that is, I guess, what helps kind of get your grill grate clean. That's a pretty good one. I like that. The other thing I use to clean my grill grates is I wad up some aluminum foil, like a baseball, and I just scrub lightly, more than a few times, over my grill grate. And it gets super clean. It's pretty nice. And I kind of wipe it off after that. So I think an onion cut in half and some aluminum foil will make your grill grates pretty nice. All right, here's another one. If you grill fish on a bed of citrus, will it prevent sticking? Absolutely. That's a good idea. Thinly sliced lemons, put some salmon on that skin side down, and you'll have some delicious salmon. All right, a good one. How about putting an ice cube in the middle of your hamburger? You ever done that one? The guy that wrote this says that doesn't really work too well, but he does say if you freeze a little bit of butter and you put that little bit of butter inside your hamburger patty, that's awesome. Oh, I like that. You know what else is awesome? Buy new grill grates. Man, are those things old and funky? Get rid of them. And if they're really bad and you don't want to do that, try a metal paint scraper. Be careful, be safe, and cook on clean grills, please. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack at 99.3 The Vine. It's the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack. I'm Big Rick Stewart. I'm going to tell you about 2 TV channels that you might want to check out if you need a break from politics and political discussions and just endlessly going on and on. It never ends, right? Well, it will if you watch Shout TV. They have a new 24/7 stream on YouTube, their official YouTube channel. They have the rights to now show a bunch of these classic TV shows that will give you a break from all this nonsense by substituting it with other nonsense, like Pee-wee's Playhouse is there. Mystery Science Theater 3000. I'm realizing there's people that have probably never even seen those 2 shows. Come on, those are so good. They've also got Space 1999 and Farscape. All right, so go check this out. Shout TV on YouTube. Go check that one out. I saw this story at Cord Cutter News. Now, there's also something I'm really excited about. MeTV Toons. MeTV Toons. Classic cartoons. I mean, are you ready for this? Yes, Bugs Bunny. Yes, Casper the Ghost. Also, the Smurfs are there. The Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, Underdog, Wacky Races, Josie and the Pussycats. I mean, it goes on and on. This list is like amazing. The GoBots are there. It's just incredible. This long, long list, 24/7 classic cartoons and specials on the weekends with blocks of things like Scooby-Doo and more. You can check this out, MeTV Toons. I think it's going to launch later this month. Be on the lookout for it. And take a break from all this yakety yak. I'm Big Rick Stewart. Love me some cartoons and some Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack at 99.3 The Vine. It's the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack. I'm Big Rick Stewart. Here's a press release I thought you might want to know about. Oakland, Mendocino, and Humboldt launch first ever Cannabis Trail Travel Experience. Oh yeah, the Cannabis Trail. This is what it is. They announced that they have a collaboration with Visit Oakland, Visit Mendocino County, and the Humboldt County Visitors Bureau. Now they say similar to the Napa Wine Road, the Cannabis Trail offers adults an opportunity to enjoy a curated travel adventure, showcasing the past and future of cannabis culture. All right, I'm kind of like laughing at this, but it's not really that, much of a laughing matter. Hey, in 2022, Forbes magazine estimated that cannabis tourism is already a $17 billion industry. You know that's happening here in California, right? All right, so the couple of places they visit in Oakland. How about Mendocino County? I don't know these places, but you might. The Plant Shop in Mendocino County, the Bohemian Chemist, and Sol de Mendocino. In Humboldt, you can check out the Hemp Connection, Huckleberry Hill Farms, and Humboldt Cannabis Tours. They say visitors who travel the Cannabis Trail will experience immersive cultural storytelling, highlighting legacy cannabis craft tales from the war on drugs, and much more. You'll actually meet the craft cannabis farmers in the farms where they live and work and see the crops being grown, they say, in the sun, alongside food crops and flowers, sheep and goats and family pets, just as it has been happening for decades. All right. I mean, I don't know. All right. Check it out. TheCannabisTrail.com for more information. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack, Wine Country, here at 99.3 The Vine. It's the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack. I'm Big Rick Stewart. This is a story from ABC 7 News. Tahoe full, epic whitewater conditions, what people are saying. Derek Roth of Sierra Whitewater told ABC 7 News, let's say it snows a lot in November and December and it gets warm. You lose all of that before the summer months. So here we had this big snowfall is like April and into May. So it's right there right now coming down and you're filling up all the rivers is all this great, whitewater and more. Paul Miltner of Tahoe Whitewater Tours says the start to this year's whitewater rafting season has been, in quotes, epic. And they both say as to the best time to go whitewater rafting this year, well, guess what? They say we collectively think that June, like right now, is by far the best month to go rafting. The water is still up from kind of the tail end of the snowmelt, yet the air temperature and the water temperature and everything is very nice. Oh, it's pretty good. So if you're a whitewater fan, I mean, this is like one of those epic years, and you don't have to go all the way to Tahoe or anything. There's lots of places to go, kind of sort of nearby. Although if you do go to Tahoe, Lake Tahoe is full, which is amazing and great, and so is all the other rivers and everything, right? So it's been really good. You can have a more relaxing time, maybe something more my style, kind of like a lazy river thing. You can float down the Truckee River. If you've never done that, take a couple hours and get off at the sandbars and relax and get a lot of sunscreen and you just float on these tubes. It's really awesome. Of course, you can go to the Russian River and do things like that as well. Anyway, if you head to Tahoe, I would choose the lazy river thing on the Truckee River, but you might want to go whitewater rafting this year. It is a good year to do any of that. It's the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack at 99.3 The Vine. That's some of the great information you can hear on my Wine Country Saturday soundtrack. I'm Big Rick Stewart. Check out the show every Saturday, 99.3 FM in Napa Valley. You can also listen from 99.3thevine.com or KVYN on TuneIn. Thanks for checking out the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack podcast.